it up. Let's see. That lens is kind of dirty looking too. Let's do that too. That might just be a light. Could be just my face. Who knows? Maybe my face is just out of focus. I had a friend tell me that he wants to do a live feed, but he said he wants to do it different. He wants me to mount my phone on the wall for a day and just record what happens, just a 24-hour live feed. Just everything that happens from one central location in a house. Morning, Mark. If you guys didn't see it on Instagram, I could not wait the entire weekend to, couldn't even go an entire weekend without changing and refurbishing. Redid the ano on all of the hardware, redid the ano on the scales, and then two-toned my pocket clip. Because of course I did, I matched it to my wedding ring. This does, however, fingerprint way worse than my ring does. Oh, this is a great knife. I sharpened it. When I picked it up, I was told that there was a little bit of blade play. I don't know. I think it was because of temperature difference. I'm not sure. I was told that it had a little bit of blade play, but I also took it apart, cleaned it up, and everything real good again, and then put it back together. So there's no blade play on this. This thing basically is brand new. So yes, it's going to get a lot of pocket time. One person is here. One. That's it. Well, I mean, it's a recurve blade with it. It's just a recurve Tonto. It's just done in a different way than... it tells me that there's only one person here. So let's have a roll call. Let's see who all's here. Everybody just say yes, so I can see who all's here, because this thing's not telling me who's here. It says that there's one person here. I think this is going to be one of those ones that I have a hard time with. One of these live feeds. I'm sore. So nobody's going to tell me that they're here. Mark's here. Somebody else was just here. See, this is what's confusing. So no, I have not shot a video yet. I spent the whole weekend doing a bunch of other stuff. Saturday, I spent the day with the wife and kid. We went and looked at a couple of rentals. Yeah, see, there's two people here. We looked at rental property. I did a few things. I had a bunch of emails I had to send out. And then yesterday I went to the shop for a couple hours to hang out with Elliot, which turned into 6 or 7 hours like it always does. I think I got home like 7 or 8 last night. So, well, I'm not gonna keep this live feed all that long if there's not people here to interact with. So this may be just a short. I just wanted to let you guys know I haven't shot a video yet this week. For this week, I have stuff to do it with. It's just time. Like, this is the only time I got. I literally just got out of the shower. I got out of the shower maybe 5 minutes ago. So, anyone? I don't think there's anyone here, to tell you the truth. It says there's 3 people here now. Who all's here? What do you guys want to talk about? Because that's what these are for. So, I know that Mark's here. Mark knows how it works. Here but can't talk. Hey, what's up, David? David, are you going to be at Blade West in Long Beach? Mr. Blade Banter? Pretty sure I'm going to be there. I don't know. And even if I did, I couldn't tell you. one of those things. Yeah, even if I knew, I couldn't tell you. Because I'm not allowed to. It's just the way it works. I'm not going to Atlanta. There's no chance I'm going to Atlanta. Long Beach is literally Long Beach. Long Beach isn't even an hour and a half from here. It's not even 2 hours. I think it might take me an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. From here to Laguna, it's an hour 15, hour 20. That's right there in the Long Beach area. I don't know. Here's the thing. They did California Custom Show, and they did it during a tighter round of lockdowns than we currently have. So I think it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure of it. Because, I mean, like I said, they had the Cali Custom Show right there in the same general area. And I think that's why they're doing it down here, is because they've already had a track record of running a knife show during lockdown and did it successful and maintained all the regulations. So we will see. But it's a good time. It's a good time if you're going to be like, I didn't go to the Cali Custom Show because I just had no interest in being outside. Like, it was hot. Cali Custom Shows in the summer. I had no interest in being outside in that sun with no real shade. I found out it was actually a pretty good show, and they did a good job of providing cover and everything. But I don't like. Portland's just not people friendly. I hate that place. The only reason I would want to go back to Portland is Pine State Biscuits. It's the only reason to go to Portland right now. It's the only one. So, I have some stuff coming for a review. It's coming directly from the company. It's going to be on my full30.com channel. I have some stuff coming that's not YouTube friendly that I'm going to do some videos on. So the company reached out to me, but I think there's going to be another Olight sale coming up soon. I'll have a link for that. They're sending me I think they're sending me some more samples and a sale link that would lead you guys. That's what I need. I woke up this morning, my eyes, everything, allergies, killing me. Let's get an allergy pill in us. Until like just a few minutes ago, I was sneezing like crazy. I was like, I hope I don't start sneezing in the middle of the live feed. So, yeah, I took my medicine with hot coffee. It's okay. You guys want to see the, let's see if I can get in close on the, you can see I did an orange peel on the pocket clip and left the blue. And then the only other thing I did, I just, I polished the hardware up a little bit because the pocket clips, or the hardware. Well, here's the thing. I had David's knife in, and it was a knife that, there are knives that show up that don't get reviews. I had a couple of them come in not long ago. It's a really good knife. It's just not something that I couldn't get past the way it felt in my hand, personally. I had the same issue with another knife that came in that was a Tucson knives. I just couldn't do a review on it because I couldn't comfortably use it. So I didn't want to do anything that would have hurt David's chances of getting the knife out. So a negative review, just based on the fact that it's just not a knife for me, I mean, just didn't seem fair, if you know what I mean. There's viewers out there, and I've done it in the past, but I don't see, like, unless it's something where I feel that the customer's being ripped off. Like if it's just an attempt at, like, oh, I know it's a garbage knife and I'm going to sell it anyway, then I probably won't say anything. And you guys have seen that I will say things about that. But that wasn't what was happening. It's a good knife. It's well made. It's just not a knife for me, which is a lot like some of the knives that people really really like the Spyderco Caribbean and the Spidey Chef. I don't like those knives at all. I know there's a lot of people that love them. I just don't. See what I'm saying? So probably not going to be a review of David's knife. It was the way it felt in my hand. There were issues with how it felt in my hand in particular. Oh, somebody was asking about the blade on this earlier. Well, it's this knife. It can be really really useful. You've got a recurve Tonto, which I there aren't a lot of them that I really like, but I do like them. And the fact of reason why is because if you're cutting stuff, that recurve pulls that material up right directly to that point there that is it's got a lot of cutting power. And the fact is that that front is a really good shape for getting into small packages, stuff like that. And it's like having two different knives. You have a thicker rounded edge, like if you need to get on something and rock it and cut through something like a piece of cord or something like that, you've got it. It's like having two knives in one. Some recurves aren't really good at cutting on like a tabletop. Most recurves aren't. Like karambits, you can't cut. If you needed to cut something on a countertop, you can't really do it. You got to go to the corner. With this, I can just use the front and just put it down and rock through whatever material. And trust me, it's so sharp. It's RWL 34. It cuts so well. But it's a nice thing grind behind. It's nice. I can't say grind. It is profiled very very thinly here and a little bit more robustly here, and it just the utilitarian features of it. And then the fact is, like everybody's like, oh, you could get a Rask, and I'm like, yeah, I could have got a Rask. They're available too. There are Rasks out there, but the fact is, the Rask is just another really well made pocket knife. No different than half the pocket knives that are in my case. There is something distinct and unique about this, and it has its own weird, ugly duckling charm to it. And it's just something that John was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And he did it, and it's been popular, and I always liked it. And the first time I ever got one in my hands, I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I definitely want one of these. I think for a lot of people, the size too, it's a big knife. It is not small. So that plays a lot for people. But you wind up with some really good, I'm not gonna lie, there's some stuff you can do with that forward edge, like cutting and scraping. John Grimm, or not John Grimsmo, Nick Shabazz. Nick Shabazz, if you remember years ago, one of his favorite knives was the Graham Razel that had a blade real similar to that, except it was a 90 degree, almost a chisel. And it's the Graham Razel being that 90 degree chisel gives you some uniqueness. My buddy Matt has one that is more like this that I sold him. That's a Graham fixed blade. That it still has the really straight edge, and then it sweeps up more curved like this. But the Graham Razel was a knife that Nick really liked, and Nick likes this knife because it's kind of the same. You have like that forward. It's like having two tools in one. So I've got that forward edge that I can do some stuff with and touch up later if I need to. But then if I need to really just cut through some thicker stuff, I've got this that I can pull. And you can cut on a cutting board with this. So, but yeah. The story behind it, so I'll do a video. I'm gonna do a video about it because it is mine, and it'll have a lot more use time. Missed him. I've been saving for the better part of 4 years to have enough money to try and get one, and I reached out to the Grimsmos, and I was informed that right now they're not making any like custom orders, and I was pointed in the direction of a couple that they knew of, people that were trying to sell them, and I came across mine, and I'm really happy with it. But I wasn't going to pull the trigger on it until I had enough stability that I was like, okay, if I drop the amount of money that Norseman's usually cost, I got to make sure that everything is taken care of. Well, we just sold the house. I have, I got my royalty check from the sales of the sea snakes towards the beginning. I'm not going to tell you how much it was. Got that, and sale of the house, and now that basically got a job offer over email here the other day. I'm gonna talk to them, but I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that are coming forward, and I'm working on changing the business to the DVBE. So she's skating right now. So she's been on. They left at like 6:30, Dave. So, but now that the things are more stable financially, and I know that I can afford that, I went ahead and I pulled the trigger on it. So yes, I have been waiting for years to get one. And that's one of the things that irritated me when I did the fake Norseman video. There was a lot of people that were in the comments that kept going off about, well, not everybody can get one. Da, da, da. And I was like, well, great. You know what? That's a lot of supply and demand. Not everybody gets a Mercedes. Not everybody gets a Ferrari. If you want one, anybody could get any of those cars. If you really think about it, you just would have to, however long it takes you to save up that money. I personally don't want a supercar. I'd rather have a lot of knives. But pretty much anything you want, if you're patient, you can get it, even if it's not brand new. Like, this isn't brand new, but they hold their value, so it's hard to get a new one or a used one for anything different than what you would basically pay for a brand new one. Yeah, this is my first one. I've had a bunch. Anything you've ever seen, if you've ever seen a Norseman on a channel, is one that was on loan. And if it got carried, it's because the customer was like, yeah, you can carry it, do a video, whatever you want. And I would just limit myself to like small duty tasks that I knew were not going to damage this knife. This one actually has a sharpening choil, which was one of the newer things that did. And it has a double detent, the double stop pin, which is actually pretty smart. Some people were like, why 2 stop pins? That's just silly. You just use one. And I was like, nah, once I found out what it's for, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, he recommends, he's been recommending my sharpening to customers. I get a lot of Norsemen in. I get a lot of requests for Norsemen, usually a couple a month. There's about 2 of these a month that wind up coming in. So, it's not easy. It's not an easy knife to resharpen. I talked to Nick Shabazz. He has done his, I think he said he did his on the KME is what he has. Just multiple. Is it KME he has? Wicked Edge? I don't remember. But Nick, I told him, I was like, well, here's the thing. I told Nick, I was like, I'll sharpen them for you if you want. That way, you don't have to, because I can do the actual convex edge at the very front. That's not a V grind. That's very much convex. That entire forward edge is very much convex. It is so smooth, guys, that no joke, it falls. Yeah, Dwayne, I did get to see your Rask. That's right. You had a set with the Trinity knot, which was cool. I actually like the reverse honeycomb a lot. And this is probably how it's going to stay. I'm not going to do anything crazy with it. I'm not going to do ceramic. I'm not going to retumble. I may retumble the blade. I got to talk to John first and find out if that does anything to like warranty. I've done stuff on their knives before, so I don't think you'll have so much of a problem with it. But it's just got some linear scratching on on here, just a little bit. There's some flaws with it, but basically, I mean, it's pretty much just a new knife. So a little bit of a tumble, I think, would do it, and I'd make sure I mask off the lock bar interface and stuff like that. So yeah, they're really great knives. And I like the whole story behind how they did it. Like, John was making Volvo parts in his garage and anodizing, doing aluminum anodized handles for other knives, making scales and stuff. And then was like, hey, why don't we just actually make something, and they decided it was going to be a knife, and the Norseman was their first outing, and they kind of knocked it out of the park because they were so conscious of the quality and what they were doing is why. It might be slow to get one, but they're definitely extremely well made. There we go. Had to make sure I got it on my mustache. I've done so many videos, guys. I've done so many videos where I'm doing the edit and I realize that I've got coffee in my mustache, and I'm like, God, just check yourself first, you dummy. So there's a lot of times I shoot a video, the first thing I do before I start the camera is I go, just to make sure I don't have coffee in my mouth, in my mustache. I might shoot a video today. It just depends. Depends on what I can get done today. We have got to find a property to rent, a rental property for us to move into. We have to. I don't want to rent this place back any longer than I have to. Plus, I just want to be done with it. I want to be done with the move and have everything set up, because I'm dreading the actual event of moving. So, if any of you guys know of any properties in the San Diego area that like three bedrooms that aren't gonna cost me more than that aren't gonna cost me like $5,000 a month, you let me know. So, well, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I see that people are leaving, so apparently it's not that entertaining. I will definitely do a video. I've got a video that's gonna go up as well on about this on Full30. This is some pepper spray that came in. I actually did test it on myself. It is the worst thing you could ever do. It's horrible. It is really, really bad. So I sprayed some on a rag and put it on my face. I will not be doing that for the video, but I am going to talk about that and a couple other things that I'm gonna do that on Full30, because that stuff is horrible. It's horrible. I hate pepper spray, but if you're gonna use it, that stuff is it's incredible. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Take it easy. You'll see if I put up a video, you'll see it go up tomorrow. But I doubt at this point. There's just too much other stuff going on right now. The kitchen's a mess. All the paperwork and stuff everywhere. I'm not even gonna show you. It is a mess. So I had to do taxes, end of the year taxes, all that stuff. So. It's been hectic. So it's a mess, and I just don't have time. There's trash bags next to the trash can because I didn't take them out last night, and so my wife just picked up all the little trash bags throughout the house and just set them next to the trash can. Apparently, that's to tell me to take the fucking trash out. So I will talk to you guys later.